Welcome in, everyone. I'm a bit tenuous whether this is going to start up because we only have 3 of the players from the side of Kefteme in the lobby. Change of position. I don't know if you noticed. I'm now standing up because it is so bloody warm here in the UK. So I've got my fan right underneath the desk. One of those stand-up desks, stand-up fan. And hopefully, the Dota will be as hot as it is in this bloody room. And it looks like everybody is getting ready to go now. We're just waiting on the last. We're waiting on Nesphere to get himself into the lobby. Yond is back, all reconnected in. Hopefully, won't be down for too long, and we'll be able to go. Because I think, 5 minutes. So it looks like we're pretty much ready to go. Maybe Kefteme going to be taking a loss of the reserve time. And yeah, so we'll see how this is going to play out. Hopefully, again, no more long pauses, because we do have a full day of Dota to come. It's going to be 3 best of 3s. Well, it might just be a best of 1 here if Nesphere isn't able to connect. And like I say, the time coming through, in that first game, even though there was the disconnect here from Nesphere, and it did take about 15 minutes worth of team pause, it was still a fairly close game for them. They didn't lose too much. It seemed like Navi, they didn't want to put too much pressure on the bottom lane. They were looking at, because Erase was putting pressure onto the Magnus in the mid lane, so it wasn't even like they were able to stand and fight and rotate and put the pressure up, because every time Erase and Yon rotated into the mid lane, they were able to do the damage and get the kill onto the Magnus. What did the Magnus end? 4, 6, and 11. Yeah, he was kind of the main target. He kept getting caught out and killed off by the lassos, the Mystic Floods coming through, the ruptures, the Void Spirit Remnant jumps in. He was the main target there. He was the one that took a lot of the aggression coming through. So it was a bad time for the Magnus, as it looks like everybody's ready to go. Yeah, level 1 penalty for Kefteme. They did take a while to get in. We'll see if they're going to be ready to go now. They do have 4 minutes until the next penalty, 3 minutes now until the next penalty, but it looks like we should be ready to go. Everybody is in the lobby, so we should be able to get ourselves underway momentarily. And again, hopefully no more pauses here. Navi looking, again, the strongest coming into that. They had the stronger late game draft, I think, there as well. They were able to just control out. And once the Bloodseeker had gone down, that was the majority of the damage, a majority of the burst damage coming through, just the straight up right clicks coming through from Nesphere. Yeah, Erase jumps in, he throws out his combo. He didn't really have sustained right click, and once that Bloodseeker, the Bloodseeker did go down first most of the time, so it was a good play there from Navi to be able to single him out and then just walk into the base. And most of the time, well, he died 5 times. It was like the last 3 times. The last couple of them he didn't have buyback, and that's final one he did, but the game was pretty much over there because nobody else on the side of Kefteme had buyback around that Roche Pit fight. And NAVI Junior just decided, you know what, we're going to push in, we're going to look for it, we're going to look for the kill, we're going to look for the game. And that's what they did. They took it away. They were able to secure that one. And yeah, again, hopefully, okay, everybody's saying they're ready. So ROBBNROLL has given us the go. We will be able to get ourselves into game number 2. We'll see if Kefteme, are they going to be able to fight themselves back, because they need this. Oh boy, do they need this here. They need to get themselves a win on the board. Even just a match win on the board for confidence reasons. They are sitting out in the DPC 0-2 and 0-4 in terms of series 1 lost, games 1 lost. They don't even have a game on the board. With the match on Navi and Cybercats, they do, they have played a couple of the stronger players, stronger teams so far. As NAVI Junior just go straight back in for the Magnus here. The Medusa ban, the Pangolier ban, you've got the Beastmaster ban and the Doom ban coming out. But yeah, no, Kefteme, they go in for the techies, but they don't have a win on the board yet, either in series or just a game. So they're going to go back for the techies Bloodseeker here on the side of Kefteme. NAVI Junior do get the bat. So we'll see if this is going to be the Juice Magnus. Maybe the offlane bat again.
I can press my buyback.
Zench does get ban out. Okay. It's starting to get back in popularity here, the Enchantress. Good lane pressure coming through with the creeps. You get a lot of damage coming through from the Impetus. With the farm on the map as well, it does mean that your 4 gets a little bit more out of the game.
5 seconds
So
remaining.
it's a good pick. It is a good pick. Early harass coming through from the Impetus as well. Again, builds into that kind of semi-core role, and teams just don't want to play against it, so they are going to be banning it away. And NAVI Junior, what else don't they want to be playing up against? Maybe a silencer here, actually.
Radiant team ban. Dire team
As the
ban.
Jug does get banned out. They take away the Ember Spirit, so what do kefteme want to be removing here? If it's not that mid lane Bat Rider, again,
Radiant
Void's
team
Queen of Pain
ban.
is quite popular. They ban out the Terrorblade this time. Yeah, okay. So not want to be playing up against that again. So we've got the Juice. It's definitely not going to be the safe lane Terrorblade again. Could still be the safe lane Magnus, depending on if Juice plays it or if he just wants to, keep it going over. Onto, well, it was Richmond in the last one, but maybe onto
10
PMA
seconds remaining. Dire
on the
team
off lane
ban.
this time.
Dire team pick.
Should they ban out the Puck? I mean, leaving that Void Spirit in there. I mean, I suppose kefteme do have this next pick. So do they want to go for the Void Spirit in the mid lane?
10 seconds
Could even,
remaining.
again, put the Bloodseeker in the off lane, look to put that Void
5
Spirit in the
seconds
safe if they
remaining.
wanted to.
I can press my buyback. I can
But
press my
for now,
buyback.
they are just going to take their time. And again, with a little bit of a reserve time
Radiant
penalty here on
team
kefteme,
pick.
so not as long to think about it. It is going to be the silencer. Yeah, with a Magnus and a Bite Rider already being picked up, I'm surprised that NAVI Junior let that silencer through the ban phase. They ban out the Ember Spirit as well as the Oracle and the Ench. But to me,
10 seconds
with a Magnus
remaining.
Bite Rider, I think you've got to protect yourself there. I do think you've got to ban out that silencer.
5 seconds remaining.
So NAVI Junior, how do they respond to this one?
Radiant team pick.
Void incarnate.
Bring out the Void. And that's, I mean, you're going to be coming up a Void Spirit, coming up against a Silencer and the Bloodseeker. They go for the Pugner as well, but that's... The Void Spirit jumps in with the step, the Astral Step. Silencer pops his Global. Or Bloodseeker pops his Rupture. And then the Void Spirit really can't do a whole lot. And has to stand still, and a lot of his moves
10 seconds
rely around
remaining.
the mobility of the hero.
5 seconds
So the Void
remaining.
coming into the
Radiant
Bloodseeker
team
and the
back.
Silencer, it shows some confidence from NAVI Junior, as the Storm Spirit will be picked up here from kefteme. And maybe they do run this Void as a carry. Pick up something like a TA.
10 seconds remaining.
It's just surprising to me that they go for that Void,
5 seconds remaining. Team ban.
or any Spirit, really, with the Silencer Bloodseeker already being there. And what do they ban out? Timbersaw gets taken away here for NAVI Junior. I mean, NAVI Junior, they've gone for those three universal heroes. I keep calling them utility heroes. I suppose the Magnus is to a point, but yeah, these three universal heroes coming out here for the side of NAVI Junior. Timbersaw does have a decent time against them, taking away the stats, and obviously you want to be building more stats on the universal heroes, so the more stats for the Timbersaw to take away.
10 seconds remaining.
NAVI Junior, what else don't they want to be playing up against here?
5 seconds remaining.
And again, the flex from the Bloodseeker means that, okay, they ban out the Underlord. Is this actually the TA then? Because, I mean, in theory, the Underlord should be able to do a decent amount of damage to the TA in the lane with the Firestorm. The Lockdown, Blast Off comes through, Sticky Bombs there as well. You clean through those refraction charges. You've got the Pivot Mars for extra Lockdown. You do that damage that way. I think this might be a TA here for NAVI Junior. Of course, they do have 2 minutes left during the reserve time to look to get this pick out. So they can take the time, they can think about this one. Choose what they actually want to be picking up here with the 2 minutes reserve time. The Jug and the Terrorblade have been taking away, the Medusa as well as the Morphlin and the Naga Siren all out of there.
My buyback.
Do you want something that right-click trades though with a Bloodseeker? Maybe like an Ursa. Ursa wouldn't be too bad either. Phantom Lance into Overwhelming, Diffusal Blade take away the mana, just try and burn through. I mean, he didn't really get a good start, Kefteme here, Nesphere, on that Agnum Scepter. Whether he tries to rush that one through this time, or maybe like a Monkey King here, with the RP control, the Void Spirit control, the Remnant, the Lasso, as well as the... Maybe they do go for a Monkey King. They have the control, the Wukong's command overlaid over the top of it. Makes it hard for Kefteme to fight into.
Dire team pick.
Sven stands ready.
Sven? Okay. Big right clicker, big cleave. Doesn't care whether he gets silenced as long as that God Strength is going.
10 seconds remaining.
Big Farmer. Benefits from the Empower in the fights as well.
5 seconds remaining.
Early BKB builder.
Дай мені сили.
Okay. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Here for the side of NAVI Junior. And Kefteme. What's the response? Spirit Breaker. Yeah, control coming through. Pierces BKB, able to control out onto the Sven. Great bashes. A lot of damage here as well. Going to be the classic Kruto. So the position 3 Spirit Breaker. With Yond in the lane with him. Nesphere has to go and erase. All making it up the rest. Meanwhile, on the side of NAVI Junior, it is going to be PMA. So Richmond on the mid lane on the Void Spirit. You've got PMA with the support Batrider, and then Riddy's here on the Pugna with the Sven in the lane. So Juice on the Sven. And again, you benefit from the Empower when you farm, and you've got your Great Cleave coming out anyway for the Sven. So he could be in a good position earlier than Nesphere, and maybe look to some early fights. So what, Echo Saber into BKB out for the Sven. Maybe even a Harpoon or two. Well, not a 2 Harpoons. You wouldn't go for 2 Harpoons. But yeah, I mean, NAVI Junior, they are in control from the last game. They've got that momentum going. And Kefteme, Team Sibi, they haven't been able to win a game just yet. So NAVI Junior in a strong position to come into this one. But Kefteme, it's not a bad draft. It's not an awful draft. I think, you know, if they get some momentum going, as long as there's no big disconnect here as well, we could look to be seeing a 1-1. But NAVI Junior, they don't want to make that one happen. And well, the only way to find out how it's going to go is getting through the sponsor video into game number 2. So we'll see you after this sponsor video from EGB.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
Боже, дай мені сили.
So here we are back in the game.
Eso no lo vi venir.
And again, NAVI Junior leading 1-0 here in terms of Series 1, in terms of, well, yeah, no, not Series 1 loss because he went down to NAVI, but in terms of games 1 lost.
You're only making it worse.
And we'll see. What's Riddy's doing? I mean, they are grouping up again on the side of NAVI Junior. So they just protect themselves out of a rotation. I'm seeing smoke ganks for the first blood into the runes being more and more popular.
30 seconds to battle.
It's done.
And NAVI Junior, again, with the Stormhammer coming out, you've got a Shockwave, good control there. Again, Blood Grenades. I think they'd actually win a first blood trade. If Kefteme tried to get aggressive. I suppose you still have a Spirit Breaker there, though.
The battle begins.
This pleases me to
Yeah, the mid lane. In the river. Juice is showing. He's going to be able to pick it up. It's going to be 2 for 2.
No end.
No major contest on the rune spots there. No first bloods coming out early on. We'll see what a race is going to be able to do up against the Void Spirit in the mid lane. I've seen a couple of Void Spirit to win the lane because you just get level 3, level 4, and then you get aggressive on the Storm Spirit before he has the ball lightning up to try and escape. You do take some harass to come out here from the remnants coming through from a race, yeah, because you are a melee hero, so you are going to be taking that punishment if you walk yourself too close to that one when the overload comes out as well for a race. you might take some punishment from that. But for the most part, like I say, around level 3, level 4, maybe even about level 5, I think you do have the advantage over the Storm Spirit. If you get a quicker 6 as well, you are able to get the jump in and be able to get the kill onto the Storm. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, how is Juice doing? He's suffering a little bit here. Nesvia on the top lane, once again, on that Bloodseeker, this time with the Silencer to back him up, so no control coming out, you know, no Sinister Gaze. For the control on the side of Kefteme.
Rest easy, child.
Okay, Richmond start with the voice line. So we'll see just what they might be able to do here with the Silencer.
Dire's courier
I
has
wonder if they're
been
going to be able to go for this damage. I mean, bottom lane, a lot of damage coming through onto Juice, but Juice is going to be able to get himself the Storm Hammer for protection if he needs it. Which the follow-up then comes through from Riddies. He's holding the point here on the Sven. Top lane, a lot of damage onto the Bat Rider. PMA trying to get himself back as well. Nesvia is chasing under the tier 1 tower. Shockwave on PMA. Level 2 on the Bloodseeker already. Yeah, the Shockwave comes through PMA though. Not level 2 just yet. Trying to get it off this creep wave. Will be able to do it, so the Skewer should come through. I think you see a similar build on the Magnus that you did see in the mid lane. You offer like 1 point into the Skewer, 2 into the Shockwave, and then just full end power for the Magnus. So you can still find that farm. And yeah, okay, Daze going to take some harass once again with the Shockwave comes through. Daze with the Flame Break here into the Firefly. Nesvia, I mean, the Blood Grenade is going to come through as well, but they get a slowdown onto Nesvia, and Nesvia can get himself away. The slowdown from the last word from the Silencer does slow down this Fire Rider, which means that Nesvia should be able to escape from the Firefly. Walks himself back into it voluntarily there as well. Shockwave into the Skewer. They've got the drag back. Did they get the kill onto the Nesvia now as well? The Blood Right just come through. Trying to do what they can onto the Bat Rider. The Bat Rider might actually be the first blood. The right click's coming through. They have the control. They have that kill. They don't have that kill. By the skin of his teeth, by the leather of the... What's an owl there? So the feather on his wings. The Bat Rider does survive. No Sunstrikes, no Thunder God's Wraths. Nothing like that to finish a kill on the Bat Rider. So he will be away. Congratulations to Daze, I guess. Bottom lane, charge comes through onto Juice. Juice is going to be taking a little bit of punishment coming through with a Sticky Bomb here as well. But the Sven, it's, you know, he's still pretty tanky. He's got himself a couple of tangos, got himself the Magic Stick here as well. Going to go into a Mask of Madness here onto Juice. And for some, you know, the regen is going to come through on the tier 1 tower as well. Slight half pull, but the techies with the Sticky Bomb trying to clear this one off. Riddies will try and rotate into punish. Level 3 on Riddies here as well to the level 2 of the techies. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, Richmond. How's he looking against the Storm? Storm has way more last hits. Way more last hits. Has double the last hits here of Richmond. Effectively in this lane. And yeah, the Storm having a really good time. I thought, you know, level 3, level 4. This might be where you see the kill coming out into the Storm Spirit before he gets that level 6. Speaking of kills, first blood going to go the way. Bottom lane, it will go down here. Classic Kuto takes down Riddies. And Juice just carried on farming. If he'd come in with a Storm Hammer, because it was a blast off, there was a little bit of control coming through from the Nether Blaster as well. They might have been able to turn it around, but Juice, he was just like, the Pugna will be fine. I'll just continue farming. No, Pugna does go down first, so he gives us that first blood over to the Spirit Breaker. And SB charges himself right back in now. We'll be able to go back to base, heal up. Or just heal up anyway with the Ring of Health. So, Vanguard coming out from the Spirit Breaker. Going to be hard to touch Classic Kuto in this lane now. Well, touch him they will though. The Storm Hammer comes out. Classic Kuto, he's not going to charge for 1 more second. Taking tower shots. Techies on the back line. Trying to clip on this Nether Ward. Yond. Sticky Bomb comes out onto Riddies, so the charge comes in. Classic Kuto actually walks himself back into that charge. Where's that Storm Hammer? The chase is on Sven. He's got it 1 second. Going to be able to kill 1 more right click onto Yond. Yond will go down here. Classic Kuto trying to get himself away. Top lane. Nesvia taking a lot of punishment here as well. So Navi winning, what's that, 2 out of the 3 lanes? Yeah, having a really good time on the both side lanes here. And the Void Spirit in the mid lane. What level is he? Level 5. To I assume the level 5 Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit so close to that 6. TPM from the Techies. Going to get that bottle refill here from a race. As well as an extra ward to come through here. Techies might actually come in with the blast off. There's going to be the Vortex drag back. No! Dissimulate comes out. Early one picked up for Richmond. to be able to dodge off that blast off. And now they know where the techies is. Well, it looks like they're not going to be able to get any harass on. Classic Recruiter playing himself away. Yeah, not taking advantage of the rotation off from the techies. Maybe the Pugner even taking the Twin Gate to the top. But it looks like actually the Pugner looking for stacks. Sven, I mean, yeah, the big man's going to be building up into his cleave. He's going to have that Empower on his side as well here on the Sven. Storm gets to jump in, but the Remnant comes out now as well. Erased, does he get himself away from this one? Electric Remnant comes through. Dissimulate, charge coming out onto the Sven. Meanwhile, back in the mid lane, though, Richmond, he's going to get really darn low. Does he get himself out with the Astral Stab? There's going to be a lot of damage coming through, but really he's only level 4. Might be able to get the kill on the Storm Spirit after the fact. Taking a couple of tower shots here with the Nether Blast. Erase will be away. No life drain coming out from the Pugner. Only level 4 could not keep the Void Spirit alive. And yeah, this Storm Spirit absolutely wrecking face. Got some early harass out onto the Void. And all of a sudden, this Void Spirit in trouble net worth-wise. You've got your Storm Spirit at the top. And then about 1,100 gold behind here, you have the Void Spirit. So, not going great. Could be going better here for the Void. How's PMA looking though? Net worth-wise, a little bit behind the Bloodseeker. So the Bloodseeker, even though, you know, he was a few last hits behind, he's getting those last, you know, the right last hits.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Nesphere now kind of being left alone on the lane as the Magnus wants to be farming out in the, I'd say the jungle, just off to the side of the lane. So not really contested onto Nesphere. And Riddy's just looking to help Juice take these stacks down. What's the Batrider? Level 4? Okay, Wisdom Runes. I think he did pick his up. Yeah. So both supports on both sides got their Wisdom Runes. And I mean, again, Riddy's just keeps looking to maybe get some stacks off for the Sven. Helping him farm them there as well. PMA, how's he looking? Yon rotates in. We'll see the Magnus. Magnus, what's he going to try and do? Sticky Bomb comes out here. Magnus has himself a Vanguard. Not going to be taking too much damage coming through from the techies. The techies had the Taser going here as well. But yeah, Nesphere is farming uncontested. Sven's kind of doing the same, and against Sven with the cleave, he's going to be able to get these stacks off. Pops the God Strength as well. So Juice, you might actually see the Silencer. Big rotation around there. Nobody left on the safe lane. What's Juice doing? This God Strength is going. It is going, nearly gone here on the Sven. Nesphere's rotated down. They might be able to get this kill. Yeah, they're going to be rotating onto the Sven. TP comes in from the Void Spirit. Gets himself out of the Blood Right. The Rupture comes through now as well. Classic Recruiter trying to do what damage he can to get the kill onto God the Juice. The chase comes out. Richmond going to be able to get the drag back. Classic Recruiter getting pretty low shockwave damage coming through, but charge 1 second won't be there. They get the kill onto Classic Recruiter and now dive forward as well. Richmond still got that shield room going. Do they get the kill onto the techies? Was that Void Remnant 6 seconds away? Riddy's trying to get himself out of the Blood Right to grab a 5, but Bloodseeker's so fast anyway. It don't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter. And now the Storm Spirit's going to be able to join this fight. Maybe clean some up. Nope. Just picks up the Bounty Rune. Just says, cool. I'm going back to lane. Yes, Sven. I mean, he got caught out. The God Strength was down. Speaking about getting caught out, Vortex onto the Batrider. Batrider trying to look for the 6, but he's going to be straight up dead. And has to look for the 6 once he's back alive. Yeah, Race getting some good farm off here. The Storm Spirit having a massive impact here. Falcon's Blade comes through. Got the Juice. Mana though. Ball Lightning. Do they have the Remnant drag back as well? They might have the lockdown onto the Storm. Storm. Ball Lightning's over the river. Still had the mana to get it off. The lockdown wasn't enough. And again, Riddy's being only level 5. Wasn't able to get that massive drain off onto the Storm Spirit. So Storm able to bottle up. And you guessed it. Bottle up here on a Race.
Is under attack.
As they just continue looking for the farm. Charge on to Richmond. Classic Recruiter will connect. Richmond is suffering behind the Storm Spirit. What's that? 1,400 gold. Yeah, the Magnus is slowed down coming into the jungle trying to farm up. 4 points into the Empower, but the stacks, they're there for the Sven. Really, and you'd think the triangle, I mean, the triangle is stacked up there. I assume the Magnus, but with the Sven, does he want to look for those ancient stacks? He is farming the jungle. His lane is being taken over now. Nesphere did rotate down to put the pressure onto the Sven. Has that Rupture. Has a bit of an earlier power spike here than the Sven.
Radiant's
So
bottom
see what
tower
Juice wants
is
to
under
do.
attack.
PMA.
Radiant
I mean, they could put the
structures are
pressure onto the
fortified.
tier 1. But the Spirit Breaker's trying to protect this from for as long as possible. Nephew on the bottom lane's got a free lane. Speaking about free, is it going to be a free kill? It's not. Richmond, as soon as he saw that ball lightning coming in, just quickly pops to dissimulate. Techies was waiting in the wings for the blast off, but Richmond was able to get himself away from this one. Yeah, Riddies continues to stack. There's no God Strength for the next 28 seconds. Again, 4 points to the Empower. Maybe they do. Once that God Strength's up, you've got the cleave on the Sven anyway. Going into it is going to be the Echo Saver here for the Sven as well. So maybe you do just give the Empower over to
Radiant's
Juice.
bottom tower
Let him
is
farm
under
up that
attack.
stack. As the Magnus just continues to put the pressure on. The tier 1 tower, I'm surprised that they've taken this long to take the tier 1 tower on the bottom lane here in Nesphia, because it's not being contested. They're committing out 2-3 heroes to protect it as well. Klasner Crusoe doing his
Radiant's
best to
bottom tower is under
make sure there's
attack.
no pressure being put on the top lane from Navi.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, Sven coming in. God Strength comes out in the triangle. He's going to get these stacks. PMA is going to help him a little bit for the XP, I guess, but look at how quickly the Sven's going to be able to go through this one. That was like a quad, maybe even a quint stack. And Juice just takes it down in like 4 or 5 hits. So this is the power of the Sven. Once he gets that God Strength, the Empower out with the cleave. Sphere. The redrain coming through from God the Juice.
Too bad for you.
Yeah, Nesphere, how's he looking in terms of net worth? He's going to be behind that Sven by about 300 gold, and this just talks to how well Nesphere is doing. Oh, top lane, level 7 onto Daze. Daze, do they want to go for this one? Is there going to be any fault from the rest of his team? Well, Silencer TP's in. There's going to be the curse here onto the Batrider. Batrider trying to run himself away from this one. So last word and curse. Now the charge was up. Nether Strike, he's already used it. Redrain comes through onto Daze. Daze going to be able to take down that mine, but the damage is going to be the rotation into the Storm Spirit now as well. They get the kill onto Daze. Riddies, he's going to be the next one to go down on that little. The skewer the RP. They don't catch out onto Classic Crusoe. Classic Crusoe's waiting for the charge 1 second away, but they've got the kill onto 2. Can they get the kill onto 4 now as well? Bloodright comes down. The silence onto 2, and God the Juice wants to come in. No God Strength with the Stormhammer. They will be able to get the kill. Drive back with the Shockwave. Classic Crusoe has the charge in 5 seconds. Will he be able to survive? The Remnant drive back now as well. They've got the control. Skewer comes through. PMA with a double kill. They lose the Pugna, they lose the Batrider, but they take down 4 heroes. Great trade for Navi Junior. And now they should be able to get a tier 1 tower out of this as well. Silencer just straight up flees through the Twin Gate. Held that global silence as well, surprisingly. At no point did he just get it? Okay, he just hit 6, so he didn't have the global anyway. Fair enough. If you don't have it, can't use it. Might have been enough to turn the tide on the fight. We do still have the lasso though. The Remnant comes in. They're going to be able to get the catch. Do they get the Storm Spirit lockdown? Dissimulate comes through. Techies get slow. There's going to be the Astral set forward now as well from the Void. They're going to be able to get the kill onto the Techies. One more right click. No! Techies gets out with like 20 health. They changed targets onto the Storm Spirit, and by changing targets, they let both heroes go. And Yond will be back. Looking towards a Pavis on the Techies.
I'm getting a second wind.
So Richmond getting some health, some mana back here from Reddies. And yeah, with the way that it works now with the regen boots as well, Pugna, he doesn't lose a whole lot of health, regenning a hero to pretty much full. A race on the back lines. Sven's still looking for these stacks. I mean, they're going to be able to get the jump. Did he get his kill? He's going to be the global silence coming out now as well. Pugna trying to run himself away from this one. The TP comes through. A race. He's trying to look for the Richmond as well. This global silence will be wearing off. The Simulate comes through. The Techie should go down in return. One more right click to disarm from the Taser. But the charge comes through. Did he get the kill to Yon? They are going to be able to clean him up now as well. Got the Juice. He's still going to be hanging around. Does he want to go? He's already used the God Strength. It's going to be on cooldown for 60 seconds now. Storm Spirit lasso into the Stormhammer. Do they get the kill? Storm Spirit using the last of his mana to try and get himself away. But no, the cleave. And Got the Juice will get the kill. They do clean this one up now as well. The RP, it catches onto 3. They might have enough damage here as well with the Sand Power coming through on the Magnus. Do they get the clean up onto the Silencer, onto the Bloodseeker now as well? Flame Break comes out. Daze trying to get that runaway. They have that Shockwave in 3, 2, 1. The damage coming through. Shockwave into the Skewer should be able to. PMA with another double kill. The Batrider still survives in the Skewer. They take down Plasticuto, and again, a full 5-man wipe PMA with a triple kill. So they lose the Sven. They lose a couple of heroes there. They lose the Pugner. The Pugner comes back in time to make sure they get that full 5-man wipe. And yeah, Magnus on PMA just cleaning up here. These RPs, they have been on point.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So what are we looking at? 16 minutes in, 2k net worth lead, 3-kill lead here for NAVI Junior. Sven and Magnus top of the net worth. The Bloodseeker not too far behind, but still going. He's going to go towards the BKB here. He is being pushed, pulled all over the shop by this Magnus, and that's not including the RP. So he wants some protection from that. Bat Rider. It's going to be the blink for the bat. Yeah, this is the support bat. Mana Boot's coming out here as well. Into a Lotus after the blink dagger, it seems like, for days. But he wants that jump in. He wants the initiation, because if he just tries to walk himself up to the Storm Spirit, he's not going to be able to get that lasso off. Suffice to say, you know, maybe if the Storm Spirit disconnects, or like has to look away for his screen for like a good 30 seconds, the Bat Rider will be able to get in range to get the lasso off. Storm, they get the jump. The Crepify comes out on the Pugner now as well. They have that control. Do they have the damage? Another one's going to be out. He's going to try and go for the Drain. Riddies, he's trying his best, but that is only a level 1 Drain. Not enough to keep the Pugner alive. Really good 3-man rotation there as well. Has the Silencer... No, level 8, no points into the Glaives. Which I kind of wish Silencers would pick up an earlier point here. 7 assists, and none of that is insta-steal here on the Silencer. I know you want the harass coming through from your spells being maxed out, your Q and your E. RP comes out, global silence, so the RP won't complete. And it was a good timing on that one. They're going to be able to get the come to the Void Spirit, and now when that global was off, well, there's going to be the run in here, but the Rupture comes out. Storm Spirit, he's going to go down to the Storm Hammer, and PMA will just be able to wait off this Rupture. And RP is still there. They didn't keep the Void Spirit alive, but they keep this Rupture, they keep the RP. They might even be able to go for more, as the Magnus does have that Blink Dagger out himself. Smoke. Instant. Yeah, they instantly want to go for this one now as well. They're going to take control of the RP to get the control onto the Bloodseeker once again. Skewer back into the Sven's path. The Drain comes through as well. Nesphere. 4 heroes group up. And 1 hero goes down.
Such a vivid imagination.
Good response. Great response to losing the Void Spirit there from the side of NAVI Junior. Kefteme, the fact that he went for that Void Spirit and got the kill at all, that is quite nice for them. They're going to be falling behind a little bit. Yon, Flame Break comes up, but it actually pushes Yon further forward now as well. The Sticky Bomb won't connect onto the Bat Rider. Taser will be here. Daze, is he a little bit faster? 324 to the 375 of the Bat Rider. 405 actually at full speed. And Yon will just go for the TP away, buying his team some time. But the Bat Rider might want to be looking to make a move with this Blink Dagger. 6 seconds away here for him, and he might get this jump in. There's going to be, speaking about jump in, Stormhammer comes through. They want to get this control onto the Spirit Breaker. Double damage onto Richmond. How's Nesphere looking? That's a fresh 9-second BKB on the Bloodseeker. And yeah. He's doing alright. He's doing well to keep up pace with a farming Sven and a farming Magnus. With Cleave and Empower and, you know, the stacks coming through for them as well. Juice looking towards this top lane. Plasticuto got himself the Vanguard. Charge will be coming through. Who does he want to charge on? Looks like it's going to be onto the Bat Rider. They're going to see him coming through this river though with the wards. Yeah, Plasticuto gets spotted out. They ping it out now as well. Sven's pinging it, saying they're going to try and group up. Does Sven want to try and TP in towards the tier 2 tower? Actually going to TP on towards the outpost. Flame Break comes out. Plasticuto, they might have the control onto the Spirit Breaker. Lasso is going to be there now as well. The Drain onto Yon. Yon trying to get himself away from this one, but he should be able to get the kill onto Class. Class will go down. Rupture onto the Magnus. Magnus has that RP in a couple of seconds. Blink Dagger up in 3 as well, but this Rupture, he's waiting. He's edging himself further forwards. But in the end, he won't be able to. Because that Rupture, it's a lot of damage if you try and move, don't you know? They still get the kill onto the techies here as well. And now NAVI Junior grouping themselves up. Nullifier coming out for the Sven after the BKB. And still a 9-second fresh BKB here for the Sven. Perfect timing for the Wisdom Rune in about 20 seconds here, so they might just try and go for the Tormentor into the Wisdom Rune. As the Void Spirit looking to maybe bottle this one up. Remnant comes down.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, Wisdom Rune in 10 seconds, and still, NAVI Junior, they hang themselves around on high ground. Techies might try and go for this one. Sticky Bomb goes down, but there's going to be a really nice Harpoon into the drag back, into the kill. Disarm comes through, but Daze will be able to get it after all. And Richmond bottles up that Wisdom Rune. Are they going to smoke? Are they going to 4-man this one? He might be able to get the jump onto the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit, though, backing himself away. A race in the trees, dives himself back, but he dives himself. No! The second ball landing comes through Riddy's. He was in PMA's path. Excuse me, not Riddy's. Yeah, no, he was in Riddy's path as well, but he was in PMA's path there on a race, and he was quick fingers, because if that RP had come out, that would have been another kill on the Storm Spirit. Lasso, they get the lockdown onto the silencer, so no global silence for 30 seconds. NAVI Junior looking to put the pressure on. Storm Spirit dives in, might try and go into Richmond. Where's the backup of his team here? Richmond's going to be able to get the Dissimulate further and further away in the trees. And then the redrain comes through from Riddy's, keeping Richmond alive. Storm, jump in. No, dragged back there by the Skewer. Was the Harpoon used as well? There was, okay. So Erase was able to get that ball lining out. Charge comes through though, got the juice. TPing up to the top lane. Where's he going here, the big man? Glass just cancels it mid lane. There might be a dive in onto the back rider. There's going to be the drive back here onto Riddy's. Riddy's going to go down. He's trying to survive as long as he can. Global Silence does come through. The Silencer's back alive now as well. Richmond gets ruptured out. Trying to go for that TP. Anything to interrupt. Yon's going to get pretty down low. The Blast Off comes in. Just interrupt onto the Void Spirit. But again, a drag back. Where's the RP to control onto Nesvia? And the Sven, he's already used his TP. But Nesvia might still go down. Richmond gets the kill. Astigo going to be in trouble. RP doesn't connect onto anybody. And it might have just been a celebratory RP now as well. God Strength comes out. Where's that chase down Class Rakuto though? He's in biz. Richmond, he actually hits onto Richmond. So the RP, yeah. Maybe a little bit of a delay here. Got the juice coming up onto the high ground. Class Rakuto's going to be there though. The charge comes out. This God Strength halfway through. And all he's really going to be able to get out of it is an Ancient Stack, which might actually be enough gold to get the Nullifier complete. Going to be about 300 gold away here, this Sven. Maybe sells the Quelling Blade to get it out, as well as the Circlet. Yeah, he just continues to farm out here, Sven. So it's going to come out on the courier. But yeah, because he TV'd up to the top lane, when that fight broke out, the Sven had to hoof it on foot towards the mid lane. And by that time, the fight's already about halfway through. If Juice was there as that fight kicked off, probably goes way more in favor of the side of NAVI Junior. In the end, they got a couple of kills out of it. They might be able to get a couple more out of it now as well. There's going to be a lot of damage onto Astigo, and Astigo, Stormhammer comes out. They give the kill over to Richmond, who is cursed. He is last worded for the redrain from Riddy's. Richmond's going to be fine. He is going to be A-OK.
Dire are scanning.
Jump in, Storm, gonna get locked down. Do they have enough to get the kill onto the Storm Spirit now as well? The Skewer comes through with Storm Spirit with the ball lightning. Again, no RP, back lines though. Jumps into the waiting arms of Riddy's. The Nullifier comes out, Erase out of mana, out of life, out of time. And Juice able to clean up there as the Storm Spirit just tried to ball himself around, but just wasn't able to. And you can see that NAVI Junior now, I mean, they're gonna have that RP coming up in the next, what, 30 seconds? No, 10 seconds and Lasso in 30 seconds. I saw the big bright circle and I was like, yeah, RP 30 seconds. But yeah, Lasso in 24 seconds, RP in 3. Maybe now. I mean, Roshan might be moving towards, will be moving towards the top lane. So they're going to set up Techies. Oh, Pokemon's going to be in for a surprise here. As the Techies is waiting for him. The stun comes through, Riddy, so drops the Nether Ward. Back through that Twin Gate. Does he get himself out in time? He doesn't. And that's where he gets the kill. Yeah, I thought he might have been setting up for a Roshan attempt. As he's going to be coming through.
Radiant are scanning.
But maybe now with this Pugna being down, do NAVI Junior, do they still want to make a move towards this top lane? As Richmond just farming up in the jungle.
Stupendous!
And yeah, you can see the Pugna saying, get top. What are you doing? Go top. So Magnus and Batrider. I mean, Class Rakuto's going to TP himself away. But he can charge himself back if a fight breaks out. And NAVI Junior, they are going for this. They're not smoked up or anything. They're just going to do it on foot the old-fashioned way. Insight of everything has yawned. On that higher ground, the sticky bombs are down, but it looks like they do want to make a move towards the roast pit now. NAVI Junior smoke comes out. Yond is going to be close. Drops the danger sign here as well. Up at the backside, PMA, he's going to see him. Does he want to go for the harpoon? The drag back now as well onto the techie. Sticky bomb won't land, and Yond going to be taking so much pressure. Richmond's even going to be able to blow up these proxy mines. Stormhammer. Richmond finishes the job, and back into the pit they go. And now it's going to be up to kefteme. Do we want to contest onto this one? The Roshan, he's being worked over here from the side of NAVI Junior. And maybe this is where NAVI Junior look to put pressure on and maybe even break a tier 3 with this Aegis.
Has fallen to the Radiant. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Twin Gate comes through. Charge here on the Spirit Breaker, though. Do they have it in reveal? The Sentry's going to be there just about to take out, but he's in range. The Nullifier comes through now. Classic Kuto. Stormhammer just on the edge of it. He's going to try and get himself away to jump in. Got the juice, though. Charge away from the Spirit Breaker. They change target Storm Spirit. RP wasn't committed. And now, well, the dive in Richmond. They do get the kill to Classic Kuto. Can he chase for any more? Daze just wants to push out this mid lane. And yeah, it might just be tier 2 towers on the mind here for NAVI Junior. Pushing these lanes in. God Strength is going to be wearing off. He still has that Empower. Putting out, what's that? 4-9 more well, as the God Strength wears off. But it's a lot of damage. Let me just tell you, it is a lot of damage with the God Strength and the Empower. For not a lot of damage and items. I mean, Harpoon, he gets some damage from that. Attack speed here as well. Nullifier, 75 damage. So, okay, that's a decent amount of damage. Some damage from the BKB, some damage from the Mask of Madness, and all of a sudden the God Strength. You're looking at hitting like 700 a swing. And this time, did you actually want to go for the Tormentor? The Wisdom Rune will be here once again as they look to put pressure onto the tier 2 tower. And kefteme not looking to defend this one, it doesn't seem like. Tormentor's down on the Dire side.
Dire's bottom tower.
Richmond coming out though, sees the Wisdom Rune, takes it. Give it the bottle and pop. The bottle and the pop. And Richmond is actually making a move. There's going to be the charge in from the Spirit Breaker. They see this one. Spirit Breaker has that Shadow Blade if he needs it. Yeah, Richmond just goes in for the double Wisdom Rune just to make sure it's not taken away from his side here. Getting a little bit more of an advantage from this one. So 23 to 14. NAVI Junior. They are ahead. Ahead in kills, net worth, experience. Yeah, everything is going there. Where you might even find the techies here. Techies in the trees though. So maybe just looking to skip the wave as NAVI Junior grouping up. You've got a shield rune on the Magnus as well. They're looking to put pressure onto this last tier 2 tower standing here on the side of kefteme, while also finding the farm through the jungle. Oh, Storm, this could be big. He's seen they're going to be able to get the jump in. No! The Remnant wasn't there in time. Daze neither for the lockdown and erase. He's not going to be erased as he just gets himself back onto the high ground here. But again, Aegis is up for the side of NAVI Junior. They're giving it over to the Void Spirit. All of the big spells still up. God Strength will be here. They might try and force out a Fortification. God Strength going to be popped. What damage can they do? Fortification comes out.
Structures are fortified.
Juice, the Massive Madness will be down. Nessia is not even going to be rotating into this one now as well. The back jump in from Richmond. He doesn't actually go towards the Techies. Techies had the Taser. And yeah, this is going to be a lane of racks. God Strength still going about halfway through. Do you really want to jump into this one while the God Strength is going on the Sven? The Sven looks pretty powerful now as well. How's the BKB going? Backdoor protection to get the lockdown. They're going to be able to get the kill onto the Techies. Techies is straight up dead, and now they jump out onto the Silencer. Silencer, no global silence. He does have buyback, 43 seconds without him though. Charge coming through onto Classic Cruiser, trying to put the... I mean, again, Nessia still has not come back. Looking towards at least the gold for the Sacred Relic. Fortification will be used. NAVI Junior, they're not going to stop. Again, they still have this Aegis. They have the pressure putting on the base. No God Strength for 30 seconds. But they have the crit stick for the Sven as well. I'm genuinely surprised they just didn't try and force them out to go tier 4s, force some TPs back into the base. With this Aegis still going for the next 50 seconds as well, by the time you get back up to the mid lane, this Aegis will have expired.
Mirrors of my delight.
But yeah, they have at least one lane of racks now, so this lane will push in. And once again, the longer that kefteme are out of the base, the harder it's going to be for them to maintain order in that base. Super creeps. God's Strength comes out this time again. No fortification this time. The drag back. They have that silence. They have the lockdown. They have the kill. Again, 40 seconds. Has that buyback. Shadowblade reveal. Yule Scepter comes out now as well. Day is going to be controlled up a little bit, but the redirect comes through. And the illusions from the, the Aegis. What's it got left? 8 seconds. Do you want to go for this one? The jump comes in. God, they're just trying to go. The RP, the cleave coming through. Global stance will be there, but it doesn't matter. The right clicks. And Richmond, with the help of God the Juicy, gets himself 3. Wicked kill streak coming through now as well. This is going to be the last two surviving in the base. Asgore trying to bounce himself away, but he's going to be bounced right back in by the flame break. I think this is going to be game number 2 and the series going the way of NAVI Junior. There is no buybacks. There's only a Storm Spirit alive. Yeah, the Storm Spirit's going to dive himself in, gets the lockdown, but he's going to dive in. They've got the Remnant coming through onto Erase, and Erase is out. There's going to be a really nice one, but he's going to be out of mana. Really nice harpoon. 5 dead on the side of kefteme. No buybacks. They know. Surely they know here. They're going to go for the Mega Creep cleanup, but they've got time here to go for the full tier 4s as well.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower.
And I think this is going to be all she wrote here. Magnus even picks up the Desolator. Yeah. GG's come through. The disconnects are going to be here as well. And kefteme, they pick up a 3rd straight loss in the DPC, but congratulations here to NAVI Junior. Getting themselves a win on the board here series-wide. They've got themselves, again, if we take a look at that, they went down to NAVI Senior in their first series, but they made it close. They made it tight. They pushed it to all 3 games, and here they were just able to show they were a much better team than Sibe. Sibe 0-3, NAVI Junior now 1-1. Good showing for them. We're going to be taking a little bit of a longer break here. It's going to be about 45 minutes when we come back, though. It will be Storm versus Moneymakers, and not only that, it will be Hurry Freak joining me as well for this best of 3, and then Hurry Freak to take the final series of the day. So we're going to take a break for about 45 minutes, and then we'll be back with the second series of the day. Stick around, and we'll see you after this.